Hello and welcome once again to Mexico News Network's The Travel Insider. My name is Sofia Rattinger and joining me is financial advisor, Mr. Elliot Bullman. Elliot, how are you?
Great, Sofia. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
And welcome everybody to another edition. Before we start, remember to follow us on all our social networks, Facebook, Twitter and Google+. And you can catch us daily on MexicoNewsNetwork.com for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show.
After the events that shook Playa del Carmen and Cancun, the Secretary of Tourism of Quintana Roo informed that there are no reports of negative impacts such as cancellations of reservations, agencies or airlines, neither any indications that it has slowed the travel intention for Cancun and Riviera Maya.
That's right. Even though it was truly an awful incident, the Tourism Secretary Marisol Vanegas Perez, who is in Madrid with the state delegation that participates in the International Tourism Fair, known as FITUR, said that since Monday, a working table was set up to monitor, evaluate, attend and respond to the shooting recorded in the Blue Parrot nightclub in Playa del Carmen, and the following day to the attack to the district attorney's office in Cancun.
We gathered information from the National Secretariat of Tourism, the Tourism Promotion Council of Mexico, and the Secretariat of Tourism of the state participate in this working table, whose representatives stood for more than 36 hours straight, attending to doubts and concerns of tourists. Quoting Marisol Vanegas, the news of both events had resonance, but did not result in a change of preference for vacations. There is no impact. We have not received cancellations. The wholesalers have told us it's all business as usual.
Which, to be honest, is really good news to everybody involved in tourism, given that Cancun and Playa del Carmen, located in the northern part of the state, have 33,000 and 43,000 hotel rooms each, of the little over 80,000 across the whole state of Quintana Roo.
Hotel occupancy is 81.5%, a figure considered the highest in the recent years by Vanegas Perez and by the Director of Tourism of Benito Juárez Municipality, Francisco López Reyes.
In a separate interview, López Reyes agreed, confirming our best hopes. We have no cancellations, neither from people who planned their vacations nor people who are already in Cancun. Everybody continues to enjoy their tours and go about their activities in the usual way.
So it would seem the general concern for the health of the entity's tourism was unfounded. And while it is true that some countries made suggestions to their citizens to pay attention to the indications of local authorities and warned that they would notice a greater presence of security, there was not much more to it than that.
Well, while we can have a little peace of mind knowing that none of the tourist markets that have Cancun and Riviera on its list of favorites for vacations has been uneasy about what happened. It's not all peachy in the markets. Shares of Grupo Aeroportuario del Sureste Azur fell 2.54% to 296.19 pesos. The firm's ADRs in New York fell 4.35% to 135.14, its biggest drop in more than 2 months.
Wow, well, I guess if you think about it, it's not that surprising. Let's remember that more than 75% of the company's passenger traffic came from Cancun Airport last year, according to a January 9th Barclays report.
Should it continue, the insecurity that is starting in the area could scare international tourists and make them stay away, eclipsing the fact that the peso's depreciation has made it cheaper for tourists to visit Mexico. It's still early days, but we might see something similar to what happened in Acapulco, where slowly but surely people eventually stopped visiting the city due to security concerns.
So far, representatives of Azur have not responded to the request for comments. But Elliot, would Quintana Roo be the only location affected with this situation?
Well, other airport actions in Mexico reported a crash that began when Donald Trump won the presidential election in the United States. The most recent drop comes amid concerns that immigration and trade policies of the incoming administration could hurt passenger traffic.
Well, and on that note, shares of Grupo Aeroportuario del Centro Norte, which operates an airport in Monterrey, fell to their lowest point in 11 months, while those of Grupo Aeroportuario del Pacífico, whose most important airports are in Guadalajara and Tijuana, fell to their peak lowest since April.
So any major repercussions this wave of violence could have on tourism will be seen by Easter and spring break. but we can safely assume that if the bullets continue, the destinations will be low on reservations.
For Gerardo Herrera, an economist specializing in tourism at the Universidad Iberoamericana, if the destination is internationally labeled as unsafe, it would be a disaster for the national economy. All the more reason to stay truly informed on what's happening and not be left on by fear alone.
Certainly the main economic sector, the automaker, is being harassed by Donald Trump, and the golden egg hen that is oil no longer exists. If the dairy cow representing tourism falls, it would affect the macroeconomy of Mexico at unprecedented levels. So yeah, we've got to really hope that the rest of this year now goes smoothly and that all the situation is taken in hand.
And it's very important to be well informed. I mean, not just with the gossips and all the people that's talking. I think I saw, my cousin saw, and my neighbor thinks. Well, let's search for the information. Let's search the information, the true, right?
Yeah, make sure it's accurate information we're spreading and not disseminating negative public relations, right?
Of course, of course. Well, this was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. It was a pleasure. My name is Sofia Rattinger.
And I'm Elliot Bullman. Thank you for joining us. And remember to follow us on all our social media networks and catch us on our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for more stories about Mexico and the world. Until next time.